and you're attracted to the opposite sex, and they really pick up on this about you, that you would be a really great wife or girlfriend, and you would really be able to take care of the family or take care of them, or just like provide that kind of um like coziness, right? The comfort. Um and I think that people also really, what really attracts them to is just like how focused you are and disciplined you are, and how much self control you have, and how strong your boundaries are. You know that like it might, like I said, it might be a little bit harder for you to open up and just like freely express yourself, because you don't want to get hurt, and you want, because okay, you have so much love to give, and you are such a sensitive person that if everybody had access to you, I feel like you could be very vulnerable, and you could genuinely be hurt, because you could be like even a highly sensitive person. You're just really sensitive because you pick up energies, and sensitive not as in like, oh, you cry all the time or something. Sensitive as in like you really sense energies around you. You are very aware of other people and how they feel, and like the little things that they say or do, you're hyper focused, hyper alert to that. And so you could tend to absorb a lot of their energy, and also you could tend to take things personally. My ear just started ringing, so I don't know what that means, but you could tend to take things very personally, and because of your more sensitive nature. And so you really have to do a good job of protecting yourself and having strong boundaries, so you're not just letting everybody in. Because when they are in and you are close to them, like you let it all out, like you show them who you are, and because that person is so like vulnerable, if you let the wrong people in, they might hurt you. But this is all things that find you, like this dual energy that you have, this like very kind of even mysterious, um intuitive, like deeper, psychic energy that you have. Like you feel things, you're very observant, you see things, but also you're very like more masculine side, where when you set your mind to something, you go for it. You have a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and you don't stop until you get there. But you might be one of those types of people who's like shy at first, and then once you become comfortable, you're like the life of the party. That could be maybe not the life of the party. That's more like Leo energy. It's not so much Cancer, but definitely a lot more comfortable in your skin, and just expressing who you are once you're around people that you can trust. So you have very, very like youthful, young, vibrant, bubbly, happy energy. Just like I think you're really fun to be around. People really enjoy your company. They can have a good time with you. You make people laugh. But you have like this sweetness and innocence to you, this like purity to you, where even though like you are somewhat like, you don't come out of your comfort zone, out of your shell, unless you know for sure you're going to succeed. I think so that's something maybe even that you're like learning, or it's like a protection mechanism or something that you're working on. But that doesn't mean like, maybe that's like in bigger things in life, but I think that when you're just having like conversations with people, with the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords being here, is just showing me that when you're communicating with people, it's not just logical and coming from intellect and just your knowledge, and it's a very emotional base. Like you wear your heart on your sleeve, and you express yourself emotionally, and you have feeling to what you're saying. And it's not dry, it's not cold, it's not intimidating or threatening. Like you're not threatening, you're a very warm person to be around, and it's so easy to talk to you. Like everybody wants to talk to you. There's so much communication energy here. 3 cards out of 5 are about communication. So I think one of the main things that makes you attractive is the way you communicate, or the way you make people feel comfortable in opening up to you and communicating with you. It's just easy to talk to you. You're not judgmental. They feel very accepted by you. They feel very heard, and like you'll listen to them. It's just a very comfortable, interaction. And they also sense though that you're very powerful, like you're magical, with the Magician coming out. Okay, so you have some sort of magic to you that is kind of mysterious. You seem to be like spiritual to people, or there's something about you that is more unique or eccentric. Um, Again, like a lot to do with communication, like the way that you communicate and express yourself is just really sexy to other people. Maybe you have a really nice voice. That could be also a thing. Um, I do want to mention with the cherry of being Cancer energy, physically, I think your breasts or your chest area is something that people find really sexy about you. Like if you wear low cut shirts, if you're a woman and like you wear low cut shirts and there's like a little bit of cleavage, or even if not, like your neck area is like really attractive, like when you show that off. Like open shirts, like open neck shirts. Um, and with Gemini energy being here, your hands, you could be really good with your hands. So people might find it really attractive, maybe the way that you like move your hands, or like when you're pouring, a drink, like the way you hold the glass, or the way you do things with your hands, even in the bedroom, like you're good with your hands. Or just like the way that they look, or like they look nice. Also, if you're a guy, your muscles, like your chest area, whatever, that is sexy as well. Um, yeah. Okay, so also we have the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles, um, this is like literally the card of like being sexy and attractive to other people. So, uh, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people have their eyes on you, and a lot of people recognize you as a very abundant, self sufficient, independent, strong, empowered, I got my shit together type of person. Whether or not you actually have it going on, I know we're all a hot mess, or we think we're a hot mess, behind closed doors, but the way that you present to the world, the way that other people, the people around you, your significant other, your love interest, whatever, they view you as super super sexy and attractive and magnetic, and like you can manifest anything. Another thing, yeah, that people are really attracted to about, or for, or whatever preposition you want to put in there, um is that you have, I think you've like, because of this determined nature of yours, I think you manifested something huge in your life. Like maybe you have your own business, or you're just really well off financially, or you have a lot of nice things. Like this is like a very materialistic card, like physical. So you could be like materialistically really well off. You could wear really nice clothes, have really a nice car, nice shoes, nice hair, nice attire, just like the way you present yourself is very um it's like you take care of yourself, and people notice this, and it looks like you either have money or you're successful. This is also very attractive to people, like the way that you present yourself physically, your appearance, and whatever it is that you do for a living, people find that really attractive. Like however it is that you make your money, and you're good at it and you're very successful at it, this is something that people find attractive, or this person finds really sexy and attractive, and how easy it is for you to manifest that. So I think you're the type of person who can just be like, I want this, and you kind of declare to the universe, you put it out there, you don't even worry about it, and then 10 minutes later there it is. Yeah, so like maybe not 10 minutes later, but it's easy for you to manifest things in life. You're very aligned with that energy of manifestation, which shows me that you are in a high vibration. And this coming out of the chariot card too is like you're in this high vibrational energy, and people are drawn to that. So it is very much an energy thing for you, but it's also like physically, like there's something about you, the way that you dress, the way you present yourself, the way that you smell, the way that you style your hair, and your fashion sense, the things that you have, it's all value. Like it's valuable. Like it looks like it's worth something. And like, yeah. So whatever your position or status in life is also really attractive to people. Now, this may or may not serve you individually, but this is about what people find attractive about you, and what makes them I think of what makes them like attractive, like meaning, like magnetic, right? So like what literally, like this is not necessarily like, oh, what makes you hot or sexy, attractive in energy. What attracts people to you? What draws people to you? What gets people to come towards you? Like literally come towards you without them even knowing that they're coming towards you. What is it about you? And one of the things is that you are a very accepting, loving, like a yes person. And that could like flow into being a people pleaser. And maybe you do have tendencies of that because I know that Cancer energy is like that. But you just want everyone to be happy. You want everyone to feel good and you want to just love and nurture everybody because that's in your nature. You want everyone to just feel comfortable and good and you want to just love them. And sometimes it's at your expense and sometimes you get drained. So that's why it's important for you to have boundaries. But in essence, like people sense this about you that you want to help, that you're there for them, that you're there to provide support and you're a compassionate human being, that you're not going to deny them. You're not going to reject them. You're not going to shut them out. You're not like, you don't have it in you to do that, you know? Even when you put up your boundaries, you're still very careful about making sure that people know that, hey, this isn't about you. I'm not rejecting you. I just need to take care of myself. You know, you're very gentle and like sweet about how you go about doing that. And I think people just really feel comfortable in your presence and trust you to like they can open up to you and come to you because you're going to say yes. They ask you a question, you're going to say yes. You're going to say yes. And not in a way where you're abandoning your true self and just saying yes to everybody, in a way that like you always make sure that people feel comfortable because you know, maybe you know what it feels like to be rejected. Okay, maybe you know what it feels like to be ignored or to not be seen for who you are or to not to be judged. And you hate that feeling. And you're so perceptive of your environment. You're so aware. You pick up on the smallest things. You can tell when somebody's hurt. You can tell when someone, you know, somebody says something mean and then you see the facial expression on that person and you're like, oh man, that person really got affected by that. You pick up on the smallest things. And because you care so much, you don't want people to feel like that, especially from you. You know, you don't want people to feel like that by you saying no to them. So it's not that you say yes to everything, but even when you say no, it still sounds like a yes because you're still somehow making sure that they're okay. Like, do you, you know, I don't know, like you would never ask someone to just like leave. Like if you're done with the person, like you're hanging out with them and they're over your house, like your friend, okay, like your legitimate friend. Obviously, you're never gonna reject your friend, right? But some people are like, okay, well, I want to get to my stuff now, so I gotta go. Or can you leave? Like, when are you leaving? What are you leaving? Because I got shit to do. Like some people will just talk like that. And it's like, okay, I get it. Like you're my friend, you love me, everything's good. But damn, that was a little harsh. Okay. And whatever. And I just don't see you as being that kind of person. Even if you have to reject someone by kind of not reject someone, but you know, deliver the harsh truths of like, hey, I gotta go or I need you to go. You're not them doing that kind of way. You're gonna make it seem like you still love them. So it's like, hey, I really had a lot of things to do today. Would it be okay with you if, you know, I went about and did that, but can I call you later? Or is there anything that I can do for your, you know, make plans for next time? I don't know, in some way, like make sure that they know that you are still here and you love them. You and it's not about them, it's just you need your space. Um, I know that was like a really long-winded explanation of the yes card, but I hope that you know what I'm trying to say with that, because it's that energy that really is attractive. And then we also have the ever unfolding rose, and I just feel like this is just your understanding of life, that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. And people observe this about you, your ability to flow, your ability to go with the flow and to not be a victim and not feel like, oh, you know, life is against me. Oh, the universe hates me. Oh, again, something bad. See, I'm just doomed for life. I'm cursed, or this is just how it is all the time. Like, man, and you know, it's complaining and stuff, acting like a victim. You don't act like that. You have a very positive perspective on life. You understand that when something bad happens, that it is happening for a reason because there's delays because the universe knows best. So I do feel you have a strong connection to the spirit realm. And with the magician energy here as well, I think you understand that you're a creator. Yeah, like you're not a victim, you're a creator. You create your experiences. So whenever it is that you are experiencing a series of negative events, you tuck in with yourself and you're like, oh, how am I contributing to this energy? How am I also creating these events? And then you kind of align your energy and then you move forward accordingly because you know you're a creator. And again, this is something that either your close friends really love about you and they see that you do, or people just sense this about you, or your lover, sees this. And a lot of this stuff is like, it could be things that people are conscious of, like, oh, I observe that you've done this, but for the most part these are just things that people can't pinpoint and can't necessarily like articulate about you, but it's just something that is so attractive, like it's just this whole thing, and then like you inspire other people to also be like that, and then they don't even know like it came from you, but it did. Maybe you come off arrogant to some people. Well, this is something that they find attractive about you. So maybe you come off arrogant to some people when because it seems like you're pretty successful, or at least like you go after the things, your dreams in life, and you go after what you want, and if you're the type of person that does it and you're able to manifest abundance, then you would probably have a lot of abundance. And maybe you do come off sometimes, or maybe people perceive you as arrogant, and because you have so much and you're so successful. But in some ways this is maybe where you have your I wouldn't say arrogant, like not arrogant, but like people sense that you are confident in yourself, you have your shit together, you know who you are, no one can fuck with you. Even though you are such a lovely person, you still have that strong boundary. Like when it really comes down to it, you're gonna stand up for yourself with warrior woman here, and you're gonna be like, no, we're not doing that. And so that's where that energy comes from. And I think that maybe more for the opposite sex, or like whatever sex is like you're interested in or is interested in you, um they find this kind of sexy, like that you're a little bit intimidating and scary. It's, I don't know, but yeah, people a lot that you're mysterious, and there's just something about you that's deeper and under the surface, like under the because the moon card is about your deeper self, your subconscious, under the water, like the iceberg that, you have just a little. Yeah, that's actually in this deck, the moon card, where you have like the tip of the iceberg showing, and then underneath there's this huge rock. And so that just shows that you have so much more to you under the surface that you don't show the world. So when people start to get to know you like more closely and on a deeper personal level, they get to uncover so much more to you, and that you are very intelligent, very deep, you know a lot, you're very emotionally intelligent as well. And you are so aware. Yeah, so these are all things that we have talked about. Let's see what else we can get. So, light skin. So, you could have light skin or whatever. I think this is just like whatever kind of skin you have. It looks good. Like it glows. Light shades. Yeah, I could also just be talking about like when the light shines on it, like it just glows and it just looks really good. You have probably really healthy skin. Um, or it's really soft. We have wild hair, hazel eyes, business attire. Okay, yeah, that little businessman, businesswoman vibe is what I was getting as well. Like, yeah, you know how to dress. Clean and put together, yes. So people are really attracted to how you present yourself, your appearance, how you dress, your style of clothing. I don't know, it's kind of giving me eight life path vibe, or like eight energy numerology. Um, so I think also a lot of people at work are attracted to, probably because that's where you dress up for work. So they just really like that. Your eyes are really beautiful. Your hair, the way you style it, especially when it's crazy. Like if you do have a go-to hairstyle, if that's something that you do, and it's a little bit more wild than just like regular normal. I think that's something that people find attractive. So let's say you have naturally curly hair. Well, you tend to straighten it all the time. And then one day you wear curly and it's a little crazy because it's curly, it's wild. That's what's really attractive to people. It's like, damn, like your natural hair. Or when if you do like color your hair, um, people find that like if you color like different colors, or it's just a little bit out of the norm. That's something that people are really attracted to about you. Shorter hair, and maybe people like your hair short, for the, if you have shorter hair, that's something they like. Nice chest, yep. People like your chest, your breasts, and anything to do with that area. Whether, and if you're a girl or guy, if you're a girl, whatever size your boobs are, it doesn't matter. I think that it's just, it's that area that's sexy, or whoever has seen you naked before, they just really like what is there, whatever the situation is. We also have piercings and natural. So I think people also really like your natural look. Like I said, like your natural hair. Um, when you are just your natural true self, that's something that really attracts people to you. When you're just being free to be yourself. Um, and maybe also when you're not so done up. So maybe you do tend to like do yourself up, whatever, like put on your fanciest clothes and look all professional and stuff, and that's really nice and sexy and great. But also when you're just comfy, cozy, dressed down, maybe just hanging out in your a sweater, like a hoodie and some pajama pants or shorts, and your hair is just whatever, or you have like a hat on, no makeup if you're a girl, whatever, just like very natural. That is something that's, you just look really good and really attractive like that. And that, yeah, like when you're more natural, maybe like in your hippie boho style, like your out of work clothes. um, yeah. Okay. So that is what I have for you, pile one. That's what makes you so sexy and attractive and desirable to other people. I hope that that resonated with you. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose this Amazonite, then this is going to be your reading about you and what makes you so attractive and desirable and lovable and sexy, whether this is to just the outside world and just people in general, or this is to that one special person that you're thinking about. However you want to apply that. I'm just going to be referring to people in general, but you can just, if it's about a specific person, just go ahead and do that. So let's begin the reading. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so you, first of all, you could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So that could just confirm that this is your reading, but it doesn't have to be. Maybe even you just have that in your chart somewhere. Or this is the energy that you embody. But I feel like you're a very, first and foremost, intelligent, intellectual, smart, driven, action-oriented person, okay? You're a very good communicator, although maybe sometimes you could be a little direct and blunt and straightforward, but this is something that is attractive about you because you kind of just say how it is and say what it is, and people don't have to wonder, what's going on in your head. You kind of just say it. Sometimes you might just say things impulsively and blurt them out. Maybe you don't have a filter, but I think it's refreshing to people because a lot of people hold back on speaking their truth and being authentic and genuinely expressing themselves, and they have to wonder, like, was this person just saying that to be nice, or are they holding back on something because they don't want to hurt my feelings or because they're scared to talk? Like, what the fuck is going on? But with you, it's like, okay, I know what I'm getting. This person talks, like, this person's going to tell me what's going on. So that is something that people find really refreshing about you. It's nice. And I don't think that you're just a completely cold, insensitive person. I'm sure there's way more to you, and we'll pull some more cards. But this is just solely going off the Knight of Swords energy. So yeah, I think that you talk really fast. It's like there's this, I feel like maybe when you express yourself, you're very, like, you're not slow, okay? You're not like Eckhart Tolle. That's a perfect example. He is very slow when he talks. There's a lot of pauses in between. And it's nice. Like, I love listening to him. But I feel like you are just like you talk very quickly and you get it out there and there's no time to waste. Okay? And yes, it's a very fast energy. But yeah, what people are really attracted to about you is that you're a fighter, you're a warrior, okay? You don't give up. You stand up for causes that are right, and there's a lot of things that you believe in and that you do fight for. I think you also notice injustice. And whenever there is injustice around you, you stand up for the underdog. You stand up for something like that's happening. Someone's getting bullied. if someone's being mistreated or talked shit about behind someone's back, you are the person that's like, hey guys, like I don't think that's cool. This person's not here to defend themselves. Like, why are we talking about this person? Or I don't think that person's this bad. That person's that bad. Like, why are you guys talking smack? I don't know. I just feel like you really don't want to see unfairness and injustice and bullying. You're a fighter, you're a warrior, but not in the kind of way where you bully people, in a way where it's about the truth, because the swords are about truth, okay? And this guy is like so intently looking at his sword. So you're all about the truth and nothing but the truth. And this is heavy, like Libra energy too, like just justice and fairness and balance and harmony. And if it might seem like sometimes you actually create conflict because of how maybe abrasive you are or how impulsive you are or how direct you are, it might seem like you're actually creating conflict, but it's like those truths have to be said because you're like so about the truth. Like those things have to be said in order for peace to be had. But like we can't have peace pretending like everything's okay. We have to address the issue. We have to go there. And you're the person that's going to go there. Okay, you're the person that's going to address these things and talk about them and bring them up and be like, that's not okay. Let's, change this. Let's um address this, whatever. Um, and that might be a little bit like it could create some conflict temporarily, but in the end, it leads to peace because now you have resolved an issue. And so you're not the type that's just gonna brush it under the carpet or whatever. Like you're the type that's gonna address it and face it. Like no mercy. If you're all about justice, and this is just really attractive to people because, like I said, it's really different. It's really refreshing. You're really authentic in your expression. You don't hold back. You really don't hold back. Let's pull some more cards for you. So, what makes aisle two so attractive? As desired book. We have the Three of Cups. I think you're a lot of fun to be around. You're like a good party person or a going out with person, or okay, yeah, you're like very spontaneous. You're definitely not boring, and you're not like really traditional. And I think that you're the type of person that, like, if someone calls you and says, hey, and like it's legit, like you have no plans, like, I mean, like you have no plans with this person and you plan on staying in. And if somebody calls you and says, hey, you want to go out and like do this, do something, go on an adventure, or go grab some dinner, or go have a drink, or whatever, you're the type of person to just be like, yes, I'm down. Let's go. Even though you're already in your pajamas and stuff, like you will get dressed, put on your stuff, and go. Because you're all about living life. You're all about having fun. You're all about and this doesn't have to be fun and like, oh, you want to get fucked up and like get drunk and stuff like that. Like fun is in like adventure. You want to see the world. You want to experience life. You want to meet new people. You want to be around people. I think you're a very social person. You're good company. Yeah, people really like your company. I think a lot of your friends love you. Whoever your circle is, like the people that you're friends with, emotionally connected to, they really do love to hang out with you. So that's just like a little extra. Your friends love you and they love to hang out with you. And they especially love how adventurous and spontaneous you are, and how you'll just tell them how it is. You'll tell them the truth. They know that these people can come to you with whatever questions that they have because you're going to give it to them straight. And there's no bullshit. You're going to be honest. You're very honest. Um, it's like the Page of Cups. So, okay, that's that. There it is. There it is. When I was saying, like, you're probably not just a super cold person and just like an asshole. You probably have more to you. Well, yes, you do. The Page of Cups. So your communication comes from love. Um, it does come from the heart. It does come from good intentions. It's very pure. And it is very emotion based. You are true to yourself, like you're true to your heart. So it's not just logical and um it's like you're driven by feeling good. You're driven by happiness. You're driven by joy. But the way that you express that is a very direct way. It's very like straightforward. You don't beat around the bush. You just say like it is, and you take action. Like, yeah, another thing that people love about you is that when you have like an intuitive gut feeling to do something, you're the person that's gonna act on that right away and take action. Like if you're like, oh, okay, I really feel it. I need to fly to California right now because of this, and this, or I need to fly to Mexico, or I need to go to Florida, or I need to go to Arizona. I don't know. I'm obviously calling out all the warm places because it's cold here where I'm at. But yeah, like you just want to go somewhere. You're going to be the person that's going to book up a flight right away and go, you know? Like you don't wait, you don't mess around. You're about, you take action. And it's like some people don't, if you're like this, you might question, like, what? You mean other people don't do that? What do they do? It's like, well, other people, they try to crop, like, which is fine too. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's just people who are who take their time. They think things through. They research 500 different hotels before they decide on one. Whereas you kind of follow your gut feeling. You have an intuitive feeling of like, this is right. This feels right. This is good. Okay, let's take it out and let's act on it. Let's buy it. Let's book it. You're not just impulsively booking things and buying things left and right. You're guided by your intuition. You're guided by your heart. Very spontaneous, very goes with the flow energy I'm getting from you. Like I said, a lot of fun to be around. People love to celebrate with you, and they really have a good time with you. You're a lot of fun, good energy. Like, just you lift people up. You're funny. You're very funny too. You make people laugh. More Gemini energy here with the Eight of Swords. Um, and we also have the Page of Cups is water, so that's Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So I'm actually going to clarify the Eight of Swords because I don't know. I know that being an air, like if you are an air sign, or if you just resonate with this energy, one of the negatives about it is like, yeah, you are so quick witted, you are so logical, you're always like on it, very alert, very clear minded, um, very sharp, but that also means you're always in your head. And I just feel like with the Eight of Swords, like you do maybe have a tendency to like get inside your head a lot and overthink things. And that could like keep you sometimes from moving, like fear and doubt and things like that. But it's just a little confusing because um, the Eight of Swords. I almost feel like, yeah, like you're not dealing with that. We have 10-4. I don't know, 10-4 is standing out. October 4th. I don't know. It's just there. But 10 of Wands and the Four of Cups. Oh yeah, okay, transformation. I said, hey, I need more. Okay, yeah, you've transformed this energy. This is something that you have healed or let go of or worked through. I think that what makes you really attractive is that you don't let fear hold you back. You don't let fear like stop you from doing what it is that you feel called to do because you are such a quick thinker and like quick decision maker, and you're like, okay, I feel it, it feels good, everything makes sense, let's go, let's do it. You pursue things, like you don't wait around, you don't take your time. When you love someone, you're like, I love you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna wear my heart on my sleeve, you're my person, like that's it. Like you just don't hold back. And I think maybe you used to hold back in the past. Maybe you used to let fear keep you away from expressing yourself truly. And this created a lot of missed opportunities for you, a lot of good connections that you missed out on because of this fear that held you back. It exhausted you. And this is something that you let go of with the 10 of Wands. And this is very heavy and burdensome for you to live that way. You didn't feel emotionally fulfilled. You felt very disconnected from your truth and your emotions. And this is with the death card, this is something you brought to an end. This is something that you transformed. This is Scorpio energy, eighth house. Like you went into that deep, dark place to address this about yourself. And you're like, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to live limited. I don't want to live limited by my own fears and my own thoughts. I want to be free. I want to be free. I want to be this Knight of Swords and this Page of Cups, like, and have fun with people. I want to have these connections. And maybe in the past your fears, like your anxiety and maybe social anxiety too, communication, like anxiety around communicating, maybe that really made you feel really lonely and you miss out, because look, we have this Three of Cups there, and it's like he's not looking at the Three of Cups, he's looking at that one slow ass cup that's coming down a turtle. And the way I'm interpreting this is like that Three of Cups is what you have now, and these are your close people. These are your friends, your family, your loved ones, your lover, like the people in your life that genuinely love you, your tribe, and now you're so free to like you found them. You found these people and you have them in your life because you transformed this energy. But in the past, you didn't have that, you know, and you were like, I don't want to live a life like that. I want to let go of that because I'm missing my tribe, like I'm missing my people, I'm missing my lover. And maybe um this is just like a side message, like maybe you were neglecting your friendships because you were focused on a relationship, like you were focused on love. So maybe you were like in a serious long-term relationship with someone, or you were like just waiting for someone to come to you, or just like really focused and maybe even obsessed with like a soulmate or someone like that, and it took all of your time and energy. Like it overcame, like it all you did is think about them obsessively, like that's all you can focus on. It was very heavy and burdensome, like it was tiring, and it just wasn't making you happy. And this is something that you knew you had to kill. This is something you knew you had to transform, and you had some sort of a rebirth. And now your main priority is to be, like I said, true to yourself and authentic, and to express yourself freely and not hold back anymore. And this has brought so many beautiful connections into your life. And you're just much more balanced now with the Six of Pentacles. You're so much more balanced. You found your center, and you brought an end. Yeah, you brought an end to that painful way of thinking and being, and just living in fear and doubt and like caring about what other people think of you, and being judged by other people, getting approval from others. It was just like killing you. Um, and so you got more in touch with your heart space with the King of Cups, like your deeper emotional self. What do I want? What do I feel? Like what makes me happy? Fuck all this, like what makes sense? What makes me happy? And then look, we have the King and Queen of Cups. These are counterparts. So this is just like beautiful relationships, maybe like some sort of like a soulmate or a counterpart or something like that, where like that is something that you shy for. And like the way that you can manifest, if you are single, like the way that you can manifest that is by being your true self. And if you already have manifested it, then look how beautiful, like that's what came to you. Okay, so let's see what else. So what makes pile two so attractive and desirable? And by the way, that is all stuff that people either know about you or they pick up about you. Um, I also think that your mouth, okay, it's so random, but I think that like your like mouth area is really sexy. So maybe you have like really nice lips or nice teeth or really beautiful smile, or like the way you express yourself is beautiful. The words that you use, maybe you're very articulate and eloquent. Um, you like just the words that you use are just, they flow and they're inspiring. Maybe the way your mouth moves when you talk is just like really sexy to people. They like to watch your mouth move. They like the things you do with your mouth. Something to do with your mouth is just really attractive to people. And your laugh, your laugh is really sexy. People love your laugh. And also your shoulders. And whenever you wear a shirt that's kind of like shoulderless, like a whatever they're called, like they're below your shoulder. So like your shoulder, your neck is exposed. Especially if you're a woman, that is really, really sexy on you. And people find that really attractive. It looks really good on you. And if you're a guy, or I guess a girl, like just like your naked upper body, but especially like your back, shoulder area, like your front, like neck, chest area. And also, I think you look really sexy in a bathing suit, because like we have two people here in bathing suits and in a one piece specifically. So if you like to wear one pieces, that's something that you look really good in. And also just whenever you are just in your bathing suit, if like in the summer you just glow. And also whenever you're like meditating, it's just really sexy. So I don't know if people have seen you meditate, or you have like maybe you post pictures of yourself like meditating on Instagram, or you share your stories, like just what you do, or maybe not specifically meditate, maybe you do like share videos and stuff, but um when you're just in your like more meditative state where maybe like you hang out with people and you're like, okay, everyone, let's just meditate together for like your little tribe. You're like, okay, let's meditate together, and people find that really attractive about you. And it could be even platonic, they just like they like that you can get them centered as well and find their own inner peace. Maybe you do guided meditations or something like that. Or if you do have a lover that you're thinking of, um, they're really attracted to when you're just like being. When you're, yeah, because okay, you're such a go, go, go person. You're so impulsive. You're kind of manic, like kind of all over the place, right? In your mind's like going from one place to another so fast. And it's maybe hard to calm you down. So whenever they do finally get you to calm down, you're just like sitting and you're just chilling, you're just being, or you're meditating, or you're just like in that meditative energy or space, like more calm. It's really, really brings them a lot of pleasure, and it's really attractive because it's like you're not just about like go, 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 but you're also able to just be and just relax and enjoy the moment. And I think it's that balance that you have that is really attractive because they can have a lot of fun with you because you're always down for an adventure and something new. You're always down for a new conversation. Yeah, like you love deeper conversations. You can go there. Like oh my God, you have the mental capacity to talk forever, for hours. People love to talk to you, especially on the phone. Like maybe all these friends that you have, or like your people, you really talk to them a lot on the phone, like long conversations. Um, you can handle a lot mentally. Maybe you really like trivia games or just board games or any sort of game that like stimulates your mind. That's very important to you. I think you also like to learn a lot of new things, and you're always learning something new. And that's also very inspiring to others. And I think it's attractive that you're so curious and always on the move with learning something new. Like you're never dull. You're not boring. You're not dull. You're fun. You're interesting. You're intriguing. You're like unique. It's always like, well, what next for pile two? Like, what are they doing now? What are they going to say now? Even the things that you say, it's like, it's always like, either a new perspective that you impart on someone, or it's like a different conversation that you're able to have, something that you guys haven't talked about yet. You can just really hold up a conversation and go and really have the mental energy to go. Because like I've met some people who you talk to and they max out at hour, or not even hour, at like minute five. They're just like, okay, I'm done. Like I just can't. And then you're just like so active in your mind and so stimulated that you can just go, go, go and talk about even more things. And let's talk about this. Let's play this game. Let's do that. Yeah, very mental person. And it's attractive, especially attractive to people who are also like that, who are also very mental, because you guys can really connect intellectually, mentally. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, we got transformation at the bottom. So that confirms this Scorpio energy that I was saying, that things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So people do sense this healing, this transformation that you have gone through. Okay, there's definitely like a before after version of you, I think, like pretty prominent. It like stands out. And even if like people didn't know you from before, um, they still sense that there's something, or when you tell them about it, like it's just something that's really attractive to people, that you are the type to figure things out, like things that aren't working for you, you're willing to figure it out, address it, and sort of heal it. um no, it's funny, pile one had the yes card and you have the no card. Yes, you do. You have really you're is he like you can say no. You can say no. Pile one couldn't really say no. Pile one was more like a yes person. And they had trouble saying no, but they still did, but in like a yes kind of way. I feel like you're just like very direct. Like somebody asks you, like, "Hey, does my hair look good right now?" No, it doesn't. And you don't necessarily say it in like a mean way. You're just like, "No, I don't think that's the best look for you." Or like, "Hey, do you want to go out tonight?" you know what? No, I'm okay. Like, I know you're very adventurous and you probably would say yeah, but if you genuinely can't do something, you're not gonna like why, you're just like very direct in a way where I don't even think it's offensive. I think it's just so refreshing that you're just like gonna say it like it is, like how you feel it. But it's not coming from an asshole, arrogant type of like mentality. If people can sense that you love them, like you still are playful because we have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Um, you're not a serious person, but you just are very direct. It's literally just like a personality. Then you could be also Sagittarius. That's also like that. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Well, not so much Libra, but Aquarius and Gemini as well. Aries too, I would say. But just like very direct, blunt, um, straightforward. It is. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And then with the play card here, you know how to play, you know how to have fun. So these are kind of just repeating messages. I wouldn't spend too much time on those because we have to move on to some personality traits. So what about pile two is sexy and attractive and then desirable to other people or a person that they're thinking of? It makes them so attractive and desirable. Calm. Yeah, I told you. Whenever it is that you are calm, people are really drawn to that. Because I don't think you're like that often. Weird and unique, yeah. You own it, man. You're different, you're weird, and you own that. You don't care. But you're very protective of the people that you love. Yeah, like that justice energy where you speak up for injustice, you stand up for injustice, you're not cool with that. Like you'll always protect your people and not even your people, any people. Like people are being mistreated and you're gonna go over there and be like, no. Where you're very motivating, inspirational. People are very, very inspired by you. The way you talk, the way you express yourself, the way you're so unique and authentic, the way you're so confident in yourself and self assured and strong and independent and just like you know who you are and you are okay with that and like you own who you are, and you're not trying to people please, you're not trying to do any of that. You're just like, and you're not letting things hold you back. You go with the flow, you go with what you want, you go with your heart, you follow your soul. Like it's so inspiring, like the way that you are, the way you live your life. Wait, let's actually move on to physical characteristics. We do have curious at the bottom. So, yeah, you're always learning something new, curious about things. Okay, so tattoos. So, if you have any tattoos that makes you extra sexy or whatever, if this person really loves your tattoos. Nice teeth. So, your teeth are really attractive, your smile. Like I said, your mouth. Didn't I say your mouth area? Something about your mouth? Green eyes. Okay, so your eyes are beautiful, especially if they're green. They're just people love it. Younger. Yeah, you have very youthful energy. You appear to be younger than you are as well. You look younger than your age. You act younger than your age. It's not to say you're not mature emotionally, but you're playful. You have this youthful, childlike energy. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna play. You're gonna be free, you're going to be unique and quirky and expressive and uninhibited and just like, fuck it, I just want to do my thing. Like, that's your energy, and it's so magnetic. It's so irresistible to people. It's very like younger, and like people feel young with you when they're around you. You make them like not be so serious. What else? Okay, yeah. A lot of these are just like confirming, all the things I already mentioned, but we have broad shoulders and muscular and built. So if yeah, like if you are more like muscular and built, that's something that people find really sexy about you. You're toned, just like you got some muscle on you. Um and also broad shoulders. So even if you don't have broad shoulders, I was saying something about your shoulders, right? Like if you were like sleeveless shirts, or when your shoulders are exposed. It's just something that's really sexy. Something to, if you're a man, like something to hold on to and grab onto, or just like very manly and muscular. Um, or if you're a woman, then it's just very sexy and like very like seductive and sensual when your shoulders are showing. And also we have hats, so maybe you just look really good with hats on. Um, like you really could rock a hat. Whatever, but you have the type of face that can just wear a hat and look good. Um, I think I think that's it. I've had to just like get one more card. Oh, I know. Just one more card. What makes pile two so damn sexy? Like an additional message. Okay, that's not additional, but we have justice card coming out, so that's exactly what I was saying earlier about justice. Um, and that's Libra energy, by the way. You're all about the truth, nothing but the truth. That's super attractive. Like you don't settle. You don't let things slide. Like if they're not fair, and if they go against your moral standards and your values, you stand up for it. Like you fight for it. Okay. We also have the Page of Swords. There you go. Wait. Oh, there's the Knight of Swords. Okay, I thought we already had that. Yeah, Page of Swords, education. So very similar to the Knight of Swords energy. Um, yeah, there's heavy air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming through here. You're very educated as well. When you speak, you sound smart, you sound educated, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Maybe you have like a certain area or expertise that you're really knowledgeable about. Like for me, it would be tarot. So if I'm talking to someone about tarot or like astrology or numerology, someone who knows nothing about it, they would be like, "Oh my God, she's so educated on astrology." When really, I don't think that I am, but like because they don't know anything about it, I sound so smart. So you probably have something that you are an expert at. So when you talk about it, it's just really sexy. When you talk about your passion or something that you know a lot about, and the way you express yourself is just so authentic, and just the words that you use, it's just people, it's like people love listening to you when you talk. Yeah, they love to hear your voice, they love to see you talk, they love to hear you talk, they love to hear you talk about things you talk about. Like it's just very inspirational and motivational, and interesting. People are curious about you, what you have to say, and what's in your mind, what the knowledge you have. Like, tell me more about that. Like, tell me, how did you learn about this? Like, yeah, just they just want to know more because you have so much to, so much information, so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much energy to talk to. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I wish you all the best. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So, if you chose this beautiful amethyst crystal, this is going to be a reading about what makes you so attractive and desirable and sexy and lovable and all the things to other people, to the public, or if there's a person that you're thinking about, then to this person. However you want to apply that. I'm going to be referring to it as like general, but if this is just you want to know how what your person loves about you the most, and that's how you shall view it. So let's begin the reading. If I were to describe an energy that would fit into like being the most desirable, attractive, sexy, magnetic, lovable, it would be the Queen of Wands. Like hands down, the Queen of Wands wins over the Empress, over the Queen of Pentacles, you over the Nine of Pentacles too. The Queen of Wands, the reason she stands out to me so much, and you don't have to be a girl for this, but it's so fiery. It's like it's fire, right? Wands. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, by the way. But she's just so passionate, and she's driven by her soul, and it's just like a very passionate, flowy type of energy, very aligned, soulful energy. And I think that's why it's so attractive, why you're so attractive, is because you're so soulful. It's very like, I don't even know how to describe it, but fire is hot, it's warm, people are drawn to it. People want to go by it to feel good and get warm and be cozy and be comfortable. And that's the energy that you have. Like that's what's attractive about you, is how warm and vivacious and lovely and pleasant to be around that you are. I think you're also very pleasant to look at. So I think physically you're very beautiful, sexy, attractive, pretty, cute, handsome, hot, like gorgeous, whatever word you want to use for that. I think that physically there's something about you that's really magnetic and it draws people to, they want to have their, people have their eyes on you. Okay, so many people have their eyes on you. You are the center of attention. Wherever you walk into, you're the center of attention because of your beauty and your grace and your like physical attractiveness, but also because of your that light. It's like you, it's that Leo energy. It's like the sun energy. You carry that light. You carry that, everything you do is with passion. Everything you talk about is with passion. Even if it has nothing to do with sex, you still sound like you're not you talk, it sounds like you're talking about sex, but like you're so passionate about it. You can describe this tarot card with passion, you know? Like, look at these circles and they're just so beautiful and the red against the gold and I don't know, it's just you have so much fire and energy. You have so much energy. And it's so soulful and authentic and it comes straight from, like I said, like the depths of your soul, from your heart, from instinct. That it's just, it's not boring, it's not monotone. You're like, you have that okay? So that's some of your energy. But I gotta go on and on about this, and I will because you deserve this. What makes you so desirable and attractive is, one of the things is, I think people are really sexually attracted to you. I think you're a very sexy person. Like they're sex it. People don't necessarily have to be like physically attractive. It's just this sexiness to them, like in the way they move, the way they, yeah, it's like the way they move, the way they talk, the way they express themselves. Like it's just the whole thing is a whole vibe. And you have that about you. You're just, you got that sexy vibe. So I think you have a lot of sexual energy, a lot of like passionate, creative energy. That's really what that is. You're very creative. You manifest really quickly and easily. You get what you want and you don't really have to do much for it. Like that's this energy is you just kind of are there and people flock to you, like people attract to you. And even if it's not even just people, it's like things you desire and want. Sometimes all you have to do is align your energy and you hardly have to put in any effort and you get it, because it's like that strong of like a magnetic energy that you have to energy. Yeah, and it's very beautiful. You're very, very beautiful and sensual and sexy and kind of provocative, even. Maybe the way that you dress is very, a little bit showy, maybe. Like you're not afraid to show skin. You're free with your body, like expressing yourself, like with your body. Like, yeah, you don't care if you're wearing short shorts or, a thong, as a bikini, or if you're showing some belly or arms, whatever. Like you're all about that. You're kind of like a free spirit, maybe kind of like a hippie, like that's kind of your vibe, and people really are attracted to that. You're intense, you're fiery, you're passionate, you're seductive. You're a temptation to a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of people are tempted by you and want you. Like a lot of people want you, either sexually, like they wanna you, or they just want you around, like they want to talk to you, they want you in their energy field, or they want to be your friend, they want to get to know you. Like you just have that energy where people just want to be around you. So you probably notice that when you go to the grocery store, even just like the cashier starts talking to you, because you have this openness. Like your energy is really open, it's not closed off, you're not like stoic or guarded, you have walls up. Like you have this very free flowing, free spirited, open energy, very expansive energy. And friendly, like you're friendly. Right? The Queen of Wands is very friendly. She's very charming and personable and fun and funny. And just very warm, right? You're just very warm to be around. So definitely you're not like, you could be intimidating in a way where like you're too sexy and like people are afraid to talk to you, but you're not intimidating because you're a bitch or like you're an asshole, or you have that face, the resting bitch face. Like you don't have that. Like you smile, you have good energy, you're positive. So, people do feel comfortable going up to you, but then they're also intimidated because it's like, damn, like this person's like really attractive. So let me start stuttering in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, you just have this, you're very exciting, you're very beautiful, but also a lot of inner beauty. And that's like a lot of that is like physical and like external stuff, and maybe you can call it superficial, whatever, but it is what it is. Like that's why we're here doing this reading, what makes you attractive and desirable. And that's okay, you know, like physically you're very, very attractive and desirable, but also in energy. Um, yeah, you're just very alluring, and um maybe you are a little bit like erotic and freaky, spicy, naughty, you know, very flirtatious. So yeah, people love that. Um, but also just like you're very confident and friendly and accepting of others, and just like very magnetic. You're kind of like, you're very vibrant, radiant, you're a social butterfly. You go after your dreams, you're very creative and strong and independent. You could also be spiritual and kind of like witchy. So you could be into like the occult or like metaphysical subjects, or you know, just spiritual things. Um, just spirituality. You're just a spiritual person. So that could be anything like tarot, obviously, astrology, you know, synchronicities, like you follow the guidance of the universe and that's how you talk. Like that's just like your way of expressing yourself. So that's definitely something that people are attracted to. And you're a little bit mysterious as well. Like people can't exactly figure you out. And they don't, like there's just so much to you. You're very dynamic. You're a little bit of everything, you know, you're a little bit of everything. You're pretty special. You're pretty special. Yeah, you're very dynamic and authentic and strong, independent. You're not afraid to speak up for yourself, to speak your mind. You're very empowering, inspiring, motivating. You probably encourage others to follow their dreams and to live true to themselves. And maybe you just do this through your own energy. You're very visually striking, and the people are smitten by you. Okay. That was literally 10 minutes of talking about who you are and how amazing you are from this one card. So, anything else you'd like to add to that? We got it. Pile three is sexy as hell in all the ways. How else is pile three attractive and desirable? The Nine of Cups. Oh, you also are just a very happy person. So it's like you're genuinely like this. It's not even just like an illusion or like for show. Like you're genuinely a happy person. Justice, okay. The Six of Wands. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Magician. I don't even know if I could do this energy justice, honestly. Like with the like I don't even know if I have the vocabulary or the capability to give it justice, because to give it justice, justice is here. And you want justice probably. Um I don't know if I can, because it's just so much. It's like amazing. The Nine of Cups, the Justice card, and the Six of Wands. Like, are you kidding me? And the Magician. You're magical. You're mystical. You're mysterious. You're wanted. You're like on a pedestal. Like, how do you know? The Six of Wands, literally, she is the Six of Wands. You know, he's, well, in the traditional tarot, he's being celebrated by everybody around him. He's on his horse, and he's the center of attention, and everyone is cheering for him, and you're getting recognition publicly and praise and admiration, and everyone's just like happy for you, you know. So you might actually be in the public eye in some way, or have like some sort of a position at work where everybody like looks up to you or comes to you for help or advice, or you're like the boss or manager or something like that. Or this is your energy, like I'm telling you, this is just your energy. Like you could definitely be a Leo. You could definitely be a Leo, or an Aries or Sagittarius, or just have that maybe as your rising sign too, or I don't know, somewhere. Um, but you have really strong like leadership energy. People look up to you, and they genuinely do put you on a pedestal. Like people think you're very special and unique, and like all the things, like the whole package. Like people think you're the whole package. Even people who aren't trying to date you, like just friends that you have, or like just coworkers, or just whatever. I think generally people tend to flirt with you a lot. You have this very flirtatious energy, so it's easy, like you don't mind it, I don't think. And everybody around you is like, well, obviously I can't have pile three, or obviously I'm in a relationship, or obviously that's never going to happen because of whatever reasons. But damn, pile three is definitely like a jackpot deal. That's you. Okay. And very spiritual too. You would choose the stone, and the Queen of Wands is again like just very spiritual, and with the Magician here, like I said about that manifestation energy, it's really easy for you to create abundance and get what you want. Um, I think people notice this about you, and the Nine of Cups as well is about wish fulfillment. So it's like you make a wish and the genie grants your wish, you know? And I kind of think that like for just like a small example, let's say you're at work and let's say you work for tips and you tell your coworkers, you're like, I'm gonna make $300 today in tips. And maybe they're laughing at you at first, like, oh hey, cool, like good luck with that. It's not supposed to be busy today, so like I don't know how that's gonna happen, but good luck with that. And you just go about your life, you go about your day, being the vibrant, radiant, sexy, happy, positive, radiant. I already said radiant, but you know, like there's just a very high vibrational energy. You go about your day, you freaking get lucky, you have some people give you like, oh, a big tip, you know, you have another group of people, however you're making money, like, you know, guests, customers give you a big tip, and at the end of the day you make your 300 and everybody else made $100 or $20, and you're like, damn, I made my money. But you weren't rubbing it in their face. You weren't showing off. You weren't being boastful. You just were shining in your light, being in your beautiful energy, and you attracted all of this abundance. You made your money, and there it was, and everybody saw. Everybody witnessed the power of being a magician or a creator or a manifester. You showed it to them. And you weren't throwing them in the face. You were just being you, and you inspired the fuck out of these people because they're like, what? And then they see you. You know, these people see you walking around all like genuinely high vibrational. Like you're not pretend happy. You're not like secretly depressed or you hate things and you're like managing your stress and depression. You genuinely have like a positive perspective. You genuinely don't really want to complain about bullshit. You don't want to go there. You don't want to gossip. Like you're not about that. Like you're above that. Like let's talk about real things that matter. Let's talk about let's try to see this from a new perspective. Let's have fun with people. Let's have fun. I don't know. Just like you don't really like drama and conflict, especially with this justice energy. Like you don't want conflict. You really like peace in your environment and harmony, and you like to create that. Um, and so it's genuine for you. So people are watching you, whoever's around you. It's like your community or whatever. Like where, especially like people at work. If you do go to work somewhere and there's people around you, like, or even if you were just work with customers or clients, or even just in your regular everyday life, like whatever it is that you do, your friends, even your lover. Um, they observe that you live in this energy, and they see all of the abundance that comes to you from that energy, and you're not necessarily talking about it or showing them or telling them. They just see it. They're like, damn, that worked out for pile three. Oh damn, they weren't worried, they weren't complaining and stressing, and that worked out for them. Okay. And they're like taking notes, they're like writing down, okay, how do I do that. So yeah, that is just, it's beautiful. You like manipulate energy like it's second nature to you. Magician also came out for pile one. So, okay, with this justice energy, justice is ruled by Venus. Okay, Venus is like the planet of love and beauty and romance, sensuality, money as well. So you're probably really good with money. You make good money, or it's easy for you to make money. Again, manifestation. So that's also really attractive to people. But also this beauty, like again, you have this grace, this beauty to you. This is something that you just naturally emit. Like this isn't so, you don't have to dress up, you don't have to put on your makeup, do your hair, get all pretty in order to have that energy of beauty. Okay. Your beauty, it comes from within. Like your beauty is this energy, this radiance that comes from you. And it just makes you beautiful. It makes you beautiful. And then probably physically also it adds to your beauty. And also I think probably physically you like to take care of yourself because Venus energy, like that's like what they do. I have a lot of Libras in my life and they're all beautiful and they all like to keep themselves, but they put in work and effort to be beautiful. Like they pamper themselves, they like make sure that they look good, smell good, taste good. Um, it's they pretty up. So that's something also that's really attractive to people. And also this sense of justice that you have. You are quite blunt. Like I'm like you're not like a little sweet, sensitive, um, like innocent energy. I'm not getting that. I'm getting like kind of bad bitch, like bad girl, bad guy, bad boy, like badass. Okay. But with a lot of love. So maybe like maybe not like a badass or bad boy, bad girl, but kind of like you have a dirty mouth. Like you don't shy away from sexual comments, conversations. Like I would assume like probably like a freak in the sheets and like you like to get down and dirty, stuff like that. You are kind of provocative and you're sexy, you're sexual, like you're in touch with that your sexuality, like you're free. So you don't hold back. So I'm not getting like goody two shoes, like sweet girl, sweet boy vibe. I'm getting like authentic. I'm owning myself. I'm fun. I'm passionate. I'm happy. I'm like a cool. I don't know. I'm having trouble explaining that, but like a cool vibe. Okay. So yeah, kind of like blunt, like a little bit more blunt. Um, straightforward. So not like sweet, nice, innocent, but like kind of like so even though the greener ones is very friendly, she still stands up for herself. No one walks over her. But you are sweet because of the Libra energy. But still, it's about justice. This is about the truth, no mercy. So at the end of the day, like you're all about the truth. And you're gonna say it. If you need to say it, you're gonna say it. You're just gonna say it passionately. You're just gonna express it. And you don't care. Um yeah, okay. Let's see. That makes aisle 3 attractive in addition to everything that we just talked about. And yeah, with the magician, this is Gemini energy and Virgo, and it's all about communication. So I think you are a really powerful communicator. You're very inspiring, motivational when you talk. You talk very passionately, right? It's very inspiring. You can really motivate people and uplift people by just the way that you talk and express yourself. But it is like more of a straightforward manner. Like you don't beat around the bush. You don't go around things. Like you just go directly to the thing and you say it in a very passionate, motivating way to where people aren't butthurt after. They're really inspired. But they're also like, damn, I needed to hear that. Like, damn, like that was the truth. And that was a little bit hard to hear, but I felt that pile 3 was coming from love and their heart, and they came because they cared, and that's why it was so powerful is because I needed to hear that. Like they gave it to me straight, didn't sugarcoat it, and I needed that message. But they came from love, so I don't feel rejected or butthurt. You have you have mastered the art of motivation and getting across to people so that it sticks and it causes some sort of shift. That's something that you're really good at. And then, oh my God, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Mother, how can you mother yourself? Is at the bottom, but we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Yeah, for sure. So I would not even doubt it that you have a bigger mission here on this earth with this beautiful energy that you have, where you are so magnetic and attractive, and it's so easy for you to do it. And the Six of Wands, like you could very well be an influencer, like somehow publicly recognized or something. You could have a YouTube channel. You could be a healer, something like that, where you are changing the world, changing humanity. So you could be a star seed from Pleiades. And your mission is not only to live this human journey and to learn your own lessons, um, and to develop your soul, but it is also through your own development of your soul and the own evolution, not development, but like evolution of your soul. You also help the human consciousness evolve as well. So you also help raise the consciousness of the planet. That is your mission. So it's justice. Yeah, it's social, like social awareness. You're very socially aware and you want justice in this world. And you also want people to know their power. You want them to know that they are spiritual beings too, and they can manifest and they can be in this energy that you are. And you try to, this is why you have this energy to you that you're able to get across to people, because your mission is to bring light into people's lives. Your mission is literally to be the light. And you are doing that just by being you. It's that easy. And you might want to make it more professional and do something more one on one with people or whatever, make a service out of it. But just by like, yeah. So just like you just keep doing your thing and you're changing the world. Like, honestly. So let's see what other personality traits is attractive. A final pile. You're very adaptable and versatile. So you flow. You go with the flow. You can change. You're not stuck to things. You're not attached to outcomes. You're not attached to plans. You're not fixated on like, okay, this is the way things need to be and this is where we're going and this and then. You know, you're very like mutable and changeable and you're like, okay, well, okay, cool. Like that's not gonna work out, let's go this way, let's go that way. Like you're flexible and you don't get stuck up on, if your plans change, you go with the flow. And I think that's very important for manifestation, because that's surrender. That's going with the flow and you're not resisting. And when you resist, you don't get what you want. You know, you can't manifest because the energy's off. So I think that that's another reason why you're able to do that, is because you, it's this fire energy that you have. You can just roll with it, you know? We have rebellious. Yeah, I definitely see that. You are meant to change the world. Like, I'm sorry, like that sounds daunting, I know, but you are. That you have a bigger mission here. Like you're meant to rebel against norms, against society, against the way people think, the way people do things. You're meant to create a new world. You're meant to show them how it can be done. You have come to teach humans how to do this. Like being a starseed, you have come from a different planetary system. Like you probably lived in a dimension where it was just a lot more lighter and a lot more conscious, like just a lot more elevated, right? And your soul signed up to come to Earth because you're like, okay, I know I can help Earth, you know, because I come from this place, this star system, like we're this planet where I've already evolved so much that I know that that's imprinted in my soul, and I'm going to come to Earth. And those things are going to, even if I'm not aware of this as a human, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it intuitively. I'm going to be given all of the astrological placements to make this like the easiest for me to feel and to fulfill my mission, you know. And I'm going to set myself up with these types of experiences so that I can um gain the wisdom and remember who I am and then teach others. So everything's been already like kind of planned. Like this is your soul contract. And now you're here to help people rebel against this norm, this tradition, and like how they live their life and how us humans function with their programmed, conditioned ways and mindset, and to teach them new ways of being, you know, to have this justice on earth, to have this peace and harmony, and how we can function as a nice society if we just elevated and we became in touch with our true selves and we recognized our power and we stop letting the government and like these authority figures control us and make us live in fear, and the fear is not real, and just all of it. So yeah. And then we also have romantic. So you are a very romantic person. Okay, I had to go turn on the lights because it was getting a little dark. But yeah, so you're such a romantic person, and uh yeah, that's just something that's really attractive about you. You're all about that love. All about that love and romance and passion and sexuality. Like you're very comfortable in your body. People recognize that, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself. They're very self-assured. Like you know what you want. You know where you're going. And you can tell by the way you walk. Like it's with purpose, you know? Leader, Yes, you are definitely got that leader energy. People look up to you. They want more of you. And you have a lot of common sense. You're street smart. So that's where like and loving. Yes, you're a very loving person. That street smart, energy, you probably been through a lot, maybe you grew up in the hood or something. I don't know. But maybe you didn't have an easy life and you had to learn a lot of things on your own. And that's what made you this very um, strong person, this empowered person. So now we're doing physical traits. What makes you physically so attractive, like specifically? So hippie boho style, definitely getting that. So the way you dress, and if it is like that boho style or just like very hippie vibes, spiritual, just loose clothing, very natural, earthy tones, um, it's just very attractive on you. It just looks good on you. Obviously that will resonate with everyone, but dimples. So your dimples are really attractive. They could be also above your butt if you have some dimples there, like on your back. Athletic. So maybe you are just like very flexible, maybe do yoga. This person definitely looks very like flexible here. But yeah, maybe you're an athlete or you're just really good with your body. Facial hair. So if you're a guy, your facial hair is really attractive. But if you're a woman, then maybe like your eyebrows are the ways that they're done, or they're just have really nice eyebrows. Also, I think you have a nice ass. Um, because Libra, it does rule like the butt. Like Libra's all about the butts. So I would say I think it's safe to say if whatever you have a nice butt, people think you have a nice ass. However you feel about your ass is another story, but I think people really think that you have a nice ass, whatever that means and however that looks. Um, yeah, that was coming through mainly for that one. Also with this Gemini Virgo energy, hands, Mercury rules the hands, I think, or something like that. Well, Gemini does. And like forearms, but like her hands are like manipulating these two crystals or whatever. So I think you also might have really nice hands and maybe the way you touch like people, you're very sensual and maybe you give good massages or romantically when you're with your person, like you know how to work your hands. They really like that. Or maybe you create things with your hand, you know, and you're hot and sexy. I didn't even have photos. So if we needed more confirmation about that, you are definitely hot and sexy to other people, and people love your hair. So whenever it is that you have it curly or wavy, or maybe you do just naturally have curly wavy hair. We also have afro textured hair, so maybe you do have like more wild crazy hair or just like thicker hair. Um, or just like curly wavy, whatever. It looks really good like that, and people really like it when you curl it or when you wear it curly. Or maybe just like your hair in general um, is really attracted to people. And then we also have distinct voice at the bottom. So there's something about your voice that really stands out to people, and they find it very attractive. It could just even be like the tone that you use when you like so passionately speak. And then let's get a final message for pile three. What makes him so attractive? The Five of Cups, grief and strength at the bottom, bravery. I think like maybe you're not afraid to express emotion because you're so free spirited and authentic. Um like yeah, you're most of the time happy. You're in this high vibration, you're smiling, you're laughing, you're bubbly, like you're, great energy. But sometimes when you're sad and when you're going to a tough time, you don't hold back on expressing that. Like, I just feel like you kind of are who you are in every moment of your life. And I think you embrace your human journey. Like, yes, you're very spiritual and you have a big mission here, but like that doesn't mean that you can't be human anymore. That doesn't mean that you can't feel those other emotions that are more human. Obviously, you're as well human. Like just because you're starseed, like here now, and you're human. And so you allow yourself to grieve, you allow yourself to feel depressed and like all of those things. And I think you gain a lot of strength from those experiences. And that's what makes you so brave and powerful, is because you don't think you're above other people. Like you're very much in tune and in touch with this human journey. And you go through hardships, you go through shit. Like just because you have such good energy and you can basically get anything you want and anyone you want, doesn't mean that you don't struggle, doesn't mean you don't have issues, doesn't mean that you don't have like you didn't get brainwashed as a child. Just because you're over here changing the world and elevating humanity and raising consciousness doesn't mean that you don't have your own shit to work through. And as the Queen of Wands that you are, you do work through it. But this is the Queen of Wands that she has that black cat in the front representing her shadow, and she's owning it. You own your shadow. You own that I'm not perfect. I'm human. I have problems. I have wounds. I have issues. Yes, I do. And I'm strong because I admit that. And I'm strong because I'm willing to work through them and not pretend like I have them and pretend like I don't have them, you know? And that just adds so much more value to you because now you're relatable to people. Now you're not just this unattainable perfection that is just, oh my God, if pile three is so perfect, they do everything perfect, they probably don't have any problems. You're like, you show when you have a problem, like you show your vulnerabilities, you show your sadness, and so the people around you see that, like, oh, they're so amazing, but oh, they're human too. Like, they're not just so perfect, like, they have problems too. Wow. Now I love them even more because they will understand me. I can relate to them, and they're not so unattainable. There's not that much jealousy anymore. Now there's just admiration. Now there's just relating. So I think that's a really good way of approaching this whole journey. If you do really resonate with that starseed message, I think that that's a really good way to live up to that role. It's to embrace being a human because you are human. So that is what I have for you, pile three. You do sound amazing. You really do. And I really hope that this resonated with you because that just means that there's just amazing people out there. And thank you for coming here and doing this human thing and raising everybody's consciousness. Just keep doing your thing. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.